What do you think of Joanna Jedrzejczyk? How she responds to...
Last time I was on here, this is how long it's been.
I told you
it was before. Yeah, you did. It was before Joanna Rose won, and I
told you off air. I went, maybe I said on there, but I told you off air. I don't think your girl's going to win.
And, the thing about the UFC, which makes it fun, but also sort of sucks, is that it's all about styles, right? It's all about styles. All of a sudden, almost everything goes out the window. I look at this TJ Cody battle this week, right? And you look at it, and I thought Cody was going to take it.
Really?
Right. But no, I don't know why I thought that, because TJ has his number. And I think back at because I was at that Cody Dominic Cruz fight, and I was watching him shuffle his feet and wind up his hands and just look silly and paw at him.
Look that way
he made him look like a fool.
Yeah.
And I watched when Dominic fought TJ, and it was a war, right? And then TJ just has Cody's number. It's so much a battle of styles that sometimes our brains, and I mean, maybe not yours, maybe it's mine, because you're more educated, obviously, than I am. But sometimes my brain gets confused because it's like it doesn't know exactly how styles will match up, if that makes sense.
For sure. I think there's styles, but then also with Joanna, and it's not always about styles, but sometimes too, like Rose is just a better fighter.
I also think I could coach Joanna to victory against Rose. There's one thing.
Well, that's good.
There's one thing that she hasn't been doing in these fights, and tell me if I'm crazy about this.
Winning?
Yeah, there's a thing in her repertoire. Yeah, smooth, Brendan. I see what you're doing, smart UFC guy. Yeah, she isn't winning. Very good.
What are you gonna say?
She stopped doing this snap kick. The
front
kick? The nasty snap front kick. That was one of her trademarks. Just like Holly sets up her nasty kick with punches, her knockout kick.
Yeah.
Joanna used to set up her punches with this nasty titty kick. I mean, that just fucking...
Is that the actual term for
Yes.
Titty kick?
The titty kick?
Yeah.
That's what they teach in the
front
gyms.
snap kick to the chest that would fucking that woke all those chicks right up and made them flinch when the punches were coming in.
I'll tell you honest problem. I don't think it's a front kick thing. I don't think it's a technique thing. I think it's an ownership thing. When she lost her fight to Rose, the first one, and none of it was her fault.
Yeah.
It's not my fault that I didn't cut weight right because my coaches who were cutting weight didn't do it proper, and then I actually won that fight. Okay, let's run this back. They run it back. She gets beat even worse. Oh, not my fault. I was off. Again, the weight wasn't right. Something else was going on, but I won that fight. So she's not continuing to get better. She's that comic who's bombing and then gets off stage and you're like, oh, it's like, I thought it went well. You're like, well, hold on. No.
Did you hear the response?
Did you hear the crowd?
Yeah.
It's very black and white.
Right.
You lost.
Yeah.
If this is a fight, you lost that crowd. Like, no, I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing. That's not working. You have to do something different. Nope, I'm going to keep doing that. All right, fuck it. Keep doing that. You're never going to get better. That's Joanna in this.
I agree completely.
She got a stylist, which I'm happy about.
Yeah.
She's dressing way better. She's not wearing the white polo like a fucking serial killer.
Oh, I love her. She's amazing. I just love Joanna's style. But, it's one of those things to where she's got to get it together. She's got to make it about the fighting. She
won her last fight, but I didn't think she looked great.
Right. I didn't think so either. But she's got to look back at her old videos. That snap
Remember
kick
who she is.
Up everything.
For sure.
It set up everything. They were taking her punches. You would see it, say that she throws 20 punches and they'd be good. But then once she hit them with that front kick right to their chest, it changed the way they thought for the rest of the fight. So she was landing more punches at a higher rate, higher quantity, busting these girls open. All of a sudden they're bleeding, elbow, because she's in now. They're just happy they're not getting that kick to the chest again.
She was nasty.
They just know they can't handle another one or two of those.
We can end on this UFC news too. There's two of them. So your boy Nate Diaz is fighting.
Yep, love it.
He kind of threw a fit because he wasn't center of attention, but whatever. I don't blame him.
Yeah, I don't blame him either. I mean, he is such a draw. He's so entertaining to watch. They're not giving him...
But not a bigger draw than Conor-Khabib.
I agree.
So when you throw a fit, I think it was a tight move what he did.
Yeah.
Because now everyone's talking about it.
Exactly. He reminded people that, he's an interesting fella.
Yeah.
He's not just going to sit back, and he's not going to be the guy...
He's like the Terrell Owens of the UFC.
Yeah. Yeah. And he's just so entertaining and so fun. It's funny that the stoner tough guy also cares that much, right?
Yeah.
So I just love the dynamic, and I'm excited to see what he does. How do you like him in that fight? What do you think stylistically about that one?
If it was 2 years ago, I like Nate all day
Yeah.
because the long layoff and kind of the recent things he's going through. It's such a tough fight to call.
Right.
It's a tough fight to call.
Yeah.
Stylistically, it's a good fight for him.
Yeah.
And then Conor-Khabib.
Woo!
Official.
My God, here we go.
Jeremiah, are you a UFC fan or are you staring at the wall right now?
I'm listening.
But not a big fan, I hear you. I just covered this shit for 2 hours, but I do want to get Tony's take on
My
it.
thing with that is, and again, I could be way off here, but I feel like if Conor can do his crazy Aldo trickery that he did, and if
Get
he
him
can
emotional
he
footwork.
can pop Khabib on that chin sometime in the first 2 minutes, I think he'll have the strength to do something crazy, right?
I agree.
But if he starts to wear down, that Conor gas
get
tank
nasty.
is no joke. I
gonna
mean,
get
we've
nasty.
seen it exposed against Nate. We saw it exposed against Mayweather. We've seen that he's an exploder.
Yeah.
Explosive. But the catch with being explosive is that, your
has to land
rechargeability.
early.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he misses a few of those punches, this and that. All of a sudden, he's a little bit more tired.
It's such a good fight, though.
Khabib shoots low, starts those monkey punches and slamming them from the side. And Conor doesn't like taking punches. We learned that against Nate, too.
Yeah.
He does not like getting
It's a
hit.
good fight, though.
Yeah.
I'm excited for
It's
it.
going to be great. It's two of the best going up against each other. But with this one, I also think what you said with Nate taking a couple years
Well, I
off
know.
is exactly what I'm thinking about this Conor thing.
I know.
It's like,
That ring rust is real, brother.
it's very real.
It's exciting time to be a fight fan, though. Big
Yeah, it
fights.
is. I
Exciting
love
time
it.
to be a Jeremiah fan and Tony fan.
But can I also say in closing that nothing I think is cooler than this Daniel Cormier stuff going on. I'm a huge DC fan,
me too. I love
always
DC.
have been, and I don't think there's ever been anything more WWE than a guy winning the light heavyweight and the heavyweight belts at the same time.
And
What an
then he's gonna
amazing
fight Brock Lesnar.
What an amazing accomplishment. And I just think it's so cool that that guy is also
One of the good guys.
one of the good guys and one of the great commentators.
Yeah.
I mean, to have that.
He's my favorite commentator besides Rogan.
Me too. Same thing. I think, Cormier, Rogan, Anik all day.
Agree.
I could watch.
They should
I
keep
could
them
watch.
for all pay-per-views.
I could watch raccoons fight crows and with those guys doing the
so much more
commentating.
entertaining.
Right?
It's so much more entertaining.
Can we roll that back? Can
You roll that
with
nonstop.
No problem.
And
we're-
here we go. And here we
go
crow.
again. Here we crow. What?